Hey everybody, welcome to Moonbucks. My name is Kim Moon. For the next few minutes I'm going to show you how to make a coffee drink called a Cuban coffee. Now there's a lot of Cuban coffee recipes on the internet already, a lot of good videos. They all use mocha pots. There are a few that do strive to use an espresso maker, which I'm going to show you. That's how I'm going to make mine today. And I've got a very simple espresso maker. It's an ECM Casa 5. There's no PID, there's nothing automatic about it. I have a separate grinder. So I'm going to show you how to do it the way I do it. My friend that lives in Miami Beach was here recently and she drank one of them that I made and she said it was pretty good. The foam, the sugar foam is what they call, it's a mixture of the sugar and the oil from the first parts of the espresso shot. Isn't quite as foamy as what you'd get making it traditionally. But I live in Michigan, so it's rare I get to Miami Beach in order to have a traditional Cuban coffee. So I think this is a pretty good substitute. She seemed to enjoy it. She said she'd drink another one. So with that, let's get started. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to weigh out my beans. Now, just to let you know, I have I'm using a 20-gram basket, or what's called a triple shot basket. I find that it's better for this effort because I'm using a 3-ounce cup. I'm using a 3-ounce cup, and a regular 18-gram basket, when you try to fill the cup up, it ends up getting weak at the end, and so you can't get as much beverage in there as I think the drink requires. So I use my 20-ounce basket for that. One of the only things I actually use my 20-ounce basket for. So I'm going to go ahead and weigh these beans out real quick for us. Go ahead and put them in our grinder. All right, there we go. I have a Specialita grinder by Eureka. It does a real good job. I put a single doser on it I got from Etsy. I'll leave a description and a link for that in the comments section, in the description below. It works very well, as you can see. All right. Go ahead and knock out the clumps real quick. Okay. Is the ECM leveler. Level out our grounds. It's the standard kind of heavy-duty tamper. Tamp them down. There we go. Good. Want to keep our channeling to the minimum. Let me go ahead and just run a little water through here real quick to make sure that we have a good temperature. I don't have a PID on here, so I like to temperature surf on it. Make sure that our temperature stays at the right temperature. You don't want it too hot, or it'll run too fast. You won't have a very good shot if you do that. So the key, or the difference, I guess, not really the key, but well, maybe it is the key, with a Cuban coffee is sugar. And they make something called a sugar foam. And there's a whole process for that when you have a mocha pot that makes it foamy. We're not going to get real foamy, but what I like to do is I like to put a couple of teaspoons of sugar in the bottom of this particular espresso shot, because I know that when it reaches that little ridge right there, it's approximately 2 teaspoons of sugar. And what we want to do is catch those first couple of really dark, oily drops of the shot before we start putting it in the cup and filling up the cup. And then we're going to mix it up. And the key to that is making sure that you get those first couple of real oily drops, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and fire it up here and we'll see what we get. Hopefully we won't have any channeling. Get my cup ready. There we go. See that coming out right there? All right, that should do it. Now I want to mix this up while that's doing its thing over there. A little bit of a balance here when it comes to, sometimes you you get it exactly, and sometimes you need a little bit more, but it won't affect anything. And see, that's why I used the 20-gram basket. I don't know, I may have said 20 ounce previously, but I meant 20 grams. Because you still have a good shot of crema coming out of there, even when you're going past like the 32 or 35 second mark. I'm not really concerned about time, I'm more concerned about volume with this drink. And that's looking pretty good. It still has good crema. It's starting to get a little weak there, so we'll stop it. Okay, so now, I'll show you this right here. This is what this looks like right there. See, it's just a sugary, almost like molasses, see that? Okay, good. So, here, I'm going to show over this one right here. It's almost like molasses. And that's what you want. Try a little bit more, get it dissolved a little bit better. Shot looks pretty good. I think if you take a look at that, got good crema to it. So now, this is the end of it right here. Is make sure it's mixed up real well. What I like to do is drip it in, and then use the spoon just to make sure it gets dissolved. You know how good that looks. Almost looks like caramel, doesn't it? The key to this is, even though it's a sugary drink, you don't want it to be like overly sweet. And I think that this reaches a good combination of that. We still have good crema shot right there, right? So that means we had a good shot to start with after all that. So let's go ahead and I guess the final result is take a taste and see what we got. It's pretty good. It's not bitter. It's not weak at all. You really can taste the robustness of the espresso shot. I believe they use a bean called a Robusto bean. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure I probably am. That's an actual Cuban type of roast. I use a real dark roast here locally in Michigan. We have a roaster in a place called Schwartz Creek, Michigan. A little mom and pop roasting, bean roasting place and mocha place. And they do an excellent job. It's a very good dark roast they make. I'll put their link in the comments as well. Wow, well, I think it's good. Again, it's not going to have the sugar foam like you'd expect from a traditional Cuban coffee, but it is satisfying, and it is a little bit of a change to a standard Americano, or making some real big foo-foo drink like I've got up there with all the different syrups. You know, the stuff that people call coffee that really isn't coffee. Anyway, well, thanks for watching. See you next time. Also, check out some other videos. I have a puck shootout, a puck screen shootout video, which I've done. It's on my channel. I talk about a few different puck screens and which ones I think are the best and why. And if you're into motorcycles, check out my BMW touring page. I've got a lot of motorcycle stuff on there for BMWs. So take care. Thanks for watching. That's good.